Space, the final frontier.
Hey guys, we're on Nights. I'm Ray.
I'm Julian.
And I'm Gerard.
Guys, we're doing our grand return to Star Trek, the original series.
We're exploring the unknown.
I have been dying to get back to the series. And every time we want to go back to the series, something comes up, something happens that we have to put it aside. And I'm happy to say that we are back, God willing. We can go on our run and knock these out because I am dying to watch this. I've been dying to watch this show.
It's been festering in the back of my mind.
I own Paramount Plus. I have it. And every time it'll pop up, in my recommendation,
For me, I ended up growing an appreciation for the references of Star Trek.
Yeah, and a lot of it, the things that are on that show, has come to fruition into the technology, And then you bought me for Christmas a Star Trek mug, which I love. I saw the Enterprise. I saw on Amazon the Enterprise star for the Christmas tree,
and I love that.
So, guys, from the bottom of our hearts, we apologize for taking so long, but we're back at it. We're gonna watch it. The last one we saw was episode 8, according to Paramount's list. And there's
that had Lurch in it. It was Lurch.
Lurch was in it, correct. Lurch was in it,
And the girl was robotic, sentient,
like an android or something, like that. Something crazy like that, But it was fantastic. And they made a clone of Captain Kirk.
Right, precisely.
Right?
Yeah.
So looking forward to getting back to this and checking this out, guys. I didn't want to waste any more time. You guys ready?
Yep.
Let's do this.
Earth-style distress signal. SOS.
Third planet in this solar system, according to my instruments.
Directly ahead. Definitely an Earth-style signal.
I'm about to say, I was like, Earth? Question mark.
Is it Earth?
No, it's like an Earth style.
That is Earth.
It's like a replica.
Excuse you, it is called E-Earth?
Mean density, 5.517. Atmosphere. Oxygen, nitrogen.
Earth.
Yeah.
All right. I'm excited.
Another Earth.
Did they slip into a different timeline?
What?
Hey, I live there.
It's exciting. Oh, I missed this. So back. It's so good to be back. I almost want to cry.
It's okay. If you start crying, I won't make fun of you.
Yeah, okay.
Captioning made possible by Paramount Pictures.
We'll beam down. Alert security. Prepare to transport landing party to surface. We'll land in the vicinity of the distress signals now being received.
Oh, in the past. What happened?
World War II? 1 maybe? Because I'm trying to go off
Those vehicles.
Yeah, that sounds like.
Because
Like
those
30s.
are like 40s.
They're so far in the future.
Like mafia vehicles.
Yeah.
But who wants to know for the distress signal that can be read in space?
As it was in the early 1900s.
I was about to say, I was like, either you guys went back in time.
1960.
1960.
Readings indicate that natural
We're all
deterioration
off.
has been taking place on this planet for at least several centuries.
You mean there's no one alive?
Not conclusive, Yeoman. The evidence would suggest that the distress signal is automated.
Oh, wheel.
What the?
Zombies.
Hey, don't be touching his bike.
Yeah, instead of
It's just a solid punch.
you want another one? Yep, here you go. Another one.
Three. Oh, an uppercut there.
Somebody
broke it.
And he's okay after getting punched 3 times.
Hey, man.
Welcome to him about the bike.
3 times the charm.
Definitely humanoid in spite of the distortion.
But with the mind of a child.
Is it a child? Nuts. Somebody get this guy some water or some chapstick.
I think they need a whole bathtub of it.
I think he needs to be baptized. At
Oh, he
this
died.
point.
It's incredible.
What the heck?
Its metabolic rate. It's impossibly high, as if it's burning itself up, almost as if it aged a century in just the past few minutes.
Oh.
Could that be the reason why the mindset is still as a child,
Yeah,
but the body?
maybe it was a kid, yeah. Or the emotions set off this aging process?
Is it something in the air?
I would think so, right? Maybe some type of radiation.
Or maybe it's in the water.
300 years.
The communists are after their water, their precious bodily fluids.
Fluoridation.
Yeah. Fluoridation, yeah.
Come out. We mean you no harm.
Stop swinging, Kirk. Stop swinging. Just corner, just a lame waste.
No, please don't.
I only want to talk to you.
No, don't hurt. No,
Come on.
don't, please.
I won't hurt you.
She's gonna age in front of you. You better calm down.
Maybe she goes outside, maybe. Unless it can be the feelings, like you said.
Like emotion, right?
I wonder what happened to her. She should be so terrified of us.
And if what they have is contagious. They're dead. Whoever he turned it to was to the deaths.
I love how they haven't learned from like the past episodes to wear gloves while they touch things.
Well, that was somebody else.
Oh, okay.
We're here to help.
Grubs don't help. But we will.
Is that like grown-ups? Grups?
Maybe.
Could be.
What are grubs?
You are? They were when onlys get old. Grown-ups.
Grubs.
Don't look at me and say grubs.
Hey, man.
Grup.
I swear to God, that better not stick.
What's your name?
Miri?
Miri.
See, but the thing that there's no, like, order whatsoever.
How are they surviving? Do they need food?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty?
Very pretty.
It's almost creepy at this point.
Yeah. Same
Very
thing going
creepy.
through my head. Maybe it's decided in a fluctuation of emotions. What activates the plague, quote unquote, / aging
If it is
process.
a plague,
Like a specific chemical going through the body.
could the cars have flipped over? I'm wondering if there's some type of fighting that went on.
Guards!
That's a good spot for an ambush. You better get out of there.
Cover me.
At least they're not carrying hair dryers anymore. Now it's tattoo guns.
Tattoo guns.
Hey, man.
Yeah, guys.
What type of Children of the Corn episode is this?
Right. It is freaky.
Yeah, when's the cornfield gonna pop out?
Must be records somewhere. And answers to some of our questions.
It doesn't explain why there's a second Earth.
Do you have a name, too?
Yes. It's Jim.
I like that name.
Good. I like yours, too. I like you.
Do you really?
I wouldn't lie to you.
FBI, open up.
Uh-oh. Oh. Oh.
It's already starting. I knew it would. Just like it did with the grunts. You'll spread all over you and you'll yell and you'll try to hurt everybody and then you'll die.
Okay.
So that person was an adult. The one that actually ended up going through the
but
body.
very kid-like, though.
Maybe it's like once you reach a certain age.
We also discovered something else. That the blue splotches characteristic of the unknown disease had appeared on each of us, with the exception of Mr. Spock.
Captain Kirk,
Yes, Lieutenant?
I've got volunteers standing by ready to help you, sir.
Under no circumstances do I want anyone to beam down from the ship.
Yeah, no, not a good idea.
Symptoms haven't appeared on Mr. Spock.
It's not human.
I don't know. Probably the little bugs or whatever they are have no appetite for green blood.
I think it's emotion based.
Huh?
I think it's emotion based. The virus.
But how would they get it? How come they got it?
Because
Because he
they-
doesn't get emotion. Ah, you may be right.
Yep. And then we saw the kid hyper.
Yeah. That's weird, though. But you would think kids have emotions. She had emotions just now, though.
True.
Yeah, but it wouldn't
True.
be under the kids though. It probably has to be where like grown-ups, like their bodies is a different way.
But that guy they fought, this guy punched 4 times. He acted like a kid.
Or a teenager or so. That's what I'm trying to say. Maybe at a certain age, that's when it would actually start affecting your body.
This was 300 years ago, Captain.
All the adults.
And you have it in your lips.
Only the children left alive.
But they wouldn't be children, though. That's 300 years later. Are the children 300 years old?
The
No,
children. It succeeded on the children.
There are certain glandular changes which take place upon entering puberty. Are there not?
Yeah, I would say is that the kids are just growing up and like there's no responsibility. You're not really actually becoming an adult. You're surrounded by children. You're
No,
going to
but
stay
still-
in the mindset of the children.
But still, how would that not affect children?
It's illogical. Does not follow. All the adults on this planet died 300 years ago. There are children in the streets.
Who die when they enter adolescence.
Mm-hmm.
How do they keep the line going? She likes you, Jim.
She's becoming a woman.
This is mind-boggling.
Mhm.
Yeah, because they're also saying to themselves too, like, how do they keep reproducing if that's the case?
It definitely stupefies the brain.
Metabolic rate, 72%.
So maybe they succeeded in prolonging the children,
The children, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
but as soon as they hit puberty, everything hits all at once.
So they might, like elves, hit puberty at 200 years old.
A person would age only 1 month for every 100 years of real time.
Ooh,
Yeah, there you go.
they did.
The virus annihilated the entire adult population in a very short period, leaving only the children.
But that means these children.
Could very well be immensely old.
Mm-hmm.
A child entering puberty on this planet means a death sentence.
Okay. Well, I'm going to combat that.
I think we're dealing with children. Immensely old, perhaps, but nonetheless children.
I'm wondering how they're surviving, like how they're
Yeah,
eating.
too well.
Do they need to eat?
Mice.
They just feel like mice, whatever they can get and try, whatever is edible. If not, they find out that it's not edible.
But it doesn't look agricultural. Like they're not growing anything.
They're not cleaning anything or anything like that. That's what I'm saying. There's no order. It's just letting everything rot away.
You want to go someplace with?
Sure.
That little girl.
Is at least 300 years older than you are, Yeoman. Think about it.
You know, that's called a cougar.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
No,
you're dying, buddy.
Is with
He's
them.
the oldest. He's the
Why?
oldest.
What you gonna do, John?
I don't know.
So now it's a remote control.
Did he stun her?
And she did.
Dead. I don't understand it. My phaser wasn't set to kill.
Jim.
What is he gonna do? Let's say they reverse engineer this thing. They're gonna leave these kids to be there by themselves on that planet? I mean, I guess they've been there already.
Only a matter of time before we all go mad. Destroy each other. Till the last of us finally destroys himself.
And that can happen any minute now with these guys.
Yee. I'd start picking at it. Like, I'd be so so
Like
dumb.
calluses,
Just be
right?
like, if I can't get it off, I'll start using my teeth. Get it in my mouth, you know?
It's progressing. We'll begin to feel it inside soon.
It's like The Last of Us.
We have 7 days.
And less, depending on who's older.
You know, this should teach them that from now on they should be wearing hazmat suits every planet they go on to.
Yeah! I've been saying it since the beginning, God damn
I
it!
don't think they're gonna learn anytime
You
soon.
know, just put on something.
They finally contracted space syphilis and they're not putting on gloves or anything.
You two will have to recreate the thinking. If you can isolate that virus, you'll be able to develop a vaccine.
Is that all, Captain? We have 5 days, you know.
Children.
At this point, should we bother with the children?
They're creepy.
They are, but I'm trying to figure out why are we going to the children? We should be just focusing on this vaccine. Comlinks?
Mm-hmm.
Communicators, Captain. They're gone.
Jim, we've absolutely got to have those communicators. Without them, we don't have the computers. And without the computers, we don't have a chance.
All right, now we gotta get the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get the guns out.
Investigation proves that the supply of food left in the area is running dangerously low. Unless something is done, the children will starve in a few months.
Do you still care about the starving children?
I mean, you have a moral duty, I guess.
You can't talk to your little friends, little amiguitos, to
The amiguitos.
to get the freaking cons back.
I used to try to get you to look at my legs. Look at my legs.
Sorry, too old for me.
Oh my god!
Bonk, bonk on the head. Bonk, bonk. Bonk, bonk. Bonk, bonk.
They're gonna kill them. This is kind of horrifying. Think about it.
I did say Children of the Corn.
Meanwhile, they're the oldest, so they're...
Did this inspire Children of the Corn? You might be right.
The nitrogen cycle. It has to be.
But the question is, what's the dosage?
The whole thing.
I've got to find Janice.
That's not all, Captain. We've got to find those communicators.
We're trying, Mr. Spock. We're trying very
It's not
hard.
good enough. This could be it. But we can't test it without the ship's computers.
Hey, they did their job. Now it's time to do yours.
The boxes we talk into. We need them to talk to the ship.
Blah, blah, blah.
No, blah, blah, blah!
They're not gonna pay attention.
Captain.
That styrofoam club.
Let Janice go. Give me those communicators before it's too late.
He's the most creepiest of them all, and honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's the eyebrows, those caterpillars on
That's
there.
what it is. Dad, or he's 40 years old, acting like a 12-year-old.
Bonk, bonk.
And the little ones. What's going to happen to them after you've gone?
I mean, is it really any rationalizing with these kids? This is almost like a dead end case.
I dare you. I double dare.
Just kill that kid.
I'm a grub. And I want to help you.
Yeah, grub.
I'll hurt you.
Like a grub. Exactly.
He's changing already.
Let me smack these kids around. Trust me. If it was me, soon as I find the cure, I'm leaving and nuking the planet.
Screw them kids.
Call me a grub.
He's gonna use it all on him.
Is he going to use himself as a guinea pig?
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile,
Well,
that's
they're
just
not capable of making rational decisions.
meanwhile that's just Kool-Aid in there.
I thought he said the F word. I thought he said the F word.
Oh, is he breathing or is he dead?
He's probably fighting off the infection now with the help of the
The
vaccine.
antibodies when I start working.
Yeah.
11 minutes left. Thank you, Lieutenant. Keep this channel open. Clear computers.
Blemishes are fading. They're fading.
Oh, it worked.
See, when you have acne, you should use something like that.
Oh, really?
Neutrogena!
And look at that. They did it without the computers.
Is this supposed to be a good thing, Miri?
Are they just leaving the kids abandoned on that planet?
I mean, what are they going to do with them?
300 years old and more. I've already contacted Space Central. They'll send teachers, advisors.
And truant officers, I presume.
They'll be all right. Mr. Spock,
Captain?
full ahead. Warp factor 1.
Warp factor 1, Captain.
I forgot how good Star Trek was. God,
Love
that
it.
was-
Love it. That was it, guys. Wow. Oof.
Jesus.
It is, listen, it is one of the most thought-provoking shows I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
It really makes you think. You know, and I can see, as many people have said, it inspired many people to go into science, to be part of NASA, to go the whole space exploration. Because it's so much being covered here, you know? This idea of creating longevity. And yeah, of course, it's going wrong. How many times there's been a lot of experiments that have gone wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but to the point where it wiped out a whole
new version of the planet.
life, you know.
Correct.
So,
Yep.
I love the story. The kids were annoying though.
Yeah, no, they were.
Oh man, I think that one guy, like, we can at least kill that guy. You know,
That's how I was, no, you know, honestly,
he'll be the last one I'm giving the vaccine to. You're gonna have to earn this, my friend.
nah, to the point where, like, you know how, like, the last one, like, they were all covered. I would have probably been like, to like, there's like one dot left, and then that's when I would have been like,
You have to wait till you're in your last 2 minutes before I inject you with anything. You of all people. All right, Mr. Knock Knock, Grubby, whatever.
yeah,
Bonk, bonk!
Bunk. Yeah, you too over there. Both of you guys, go in the corner over there.
You with the buck teeth and you with the caterpillar
Oh my
eyebrows.
goodness,
Bruh.
Jesus Christ!
I thought I was the only one.
And I'm like, how are they gonna have these kids rationalize? And it turns out they didn't really need them. I mean, this guy said, "Hey, F it. You know, I can't. I'm not waiting for nobody no more."
Yeah, it just goes to show Bones is a really great doctor.
Yeah. I sacrifice yourself, but if it didn't work, then what?
They would have had Spock.
No, but getting his Spock. Remember, what was Spock would have done?
Well, he ended up working with the doctor to create that last one, so he would at least have something to work with.
I mean, I guess they would eventually with the computers now. They would have figured out. Then we lost Bones.
Just because of this one minor degree.
Oh my god!
We were off by like a milligram. It was a milligram less he was supposed to take. Oops.
Yeah.
But what a story! What a story! You know, the whole time I'm thinking, how the hell do these kids survive 300 years What are they eating? They touched on very little. They didn't really touch on.
No, they just
Not
said
at
they had
all. They didn't even touch on any
eating,
food.
were they drinking? It was more like them playing games, annoying games, by the way. And then, but substance-wise, they didn't give that. But the idea of that, they were trying to come looking for immortality, and it ended up wiping it out. But it didn't explain, though, why is there a second Earth?
Not at all.
didn't.
Right? How did they come upon this second? I was thinking along what you were thinking about in terms of another timeline, which I'm glad they didn't do that. They didn't mention that, because between Rick and Morty, Marvel, and everybody who's jumping,
That's too much.
It's too much with these timelines, right? I'm sick of it.
I don't know. Maybe we would have seen Rick and Morty go with Star Trek.
But how interesting they were found an exact duplicate of the planet.
Yeah,
that I thought was pretty interesting. But God, you're right. I missed the show.
Mm-hmm.
I missed the show.
Even though we haven't watched it for quite some time, and also like the fact that it's back from the the Grunt days.
The Grunt days.
But it's still to this day, like till this time, 2023. Like this episode was unsettling, and honestly, like it still had its effect that they intended to.
It really did make you feel like this was. It was frightening in some ways about what was going on, and letting alone that if, like what you mentioned, if kids were running the society in some ways, because they took the comlings, they took Yeoman somehow, and then they beat up. They only beat up Captain Kirk because Captain Kirk was not swinging back.
Yeah,
seriously. If he was swinging back, he's like, "Listen, I need this.
He was flinging.
I need this. I'll give you bunk, kid." He flung a couple of them.
Yeah, that bunk kid he flung really well.
Twice.
Okay, all right, you're doing too much.
Personally.
I didn't like the actor they used for the older kid. Only because he really looked like an adult.
Like they had to put like extra makeup on him to make it look like literally a baby, like a newborn baby.
He looked like a Cabbage Patch Kid.
He looked like Seth Rogen.
That makes no sense.
He had a weird look to him. He didn't seem to fit the profile everybody else was. Because Miri was an older kid. She looked like a teenager.
Yeah.
This kid, I don't remember whether he had a name or not.
He looked like he was
like 21, 24.
He had to act like he was 16.
And he had a round his face. It looked like a Cabbage Patch Kid. No. It was weird. It was just very weird. It was disturbing. Listen, forgive me. Hopefully those all make up and you're a good-looking guy. I feel bad I'm saying all this, but that was disturbing, But anyway, excellent. This was episode 9, right?
Yeah, episode 9.
It was called Miri. Glad to be back at this. I really, really enjoyed this. I was completely consumed by everything that was going on. Love to see Spock. Love to see Yeoman back. It was a lot of fun. Well, anyway, guys, listen, this was episode 9 of Star Trek. This, and along with a bunch of other shows that we have, will be available on our Patreon, unedited, for as little as $1 a month. You can see this and a bunch of other shows and movies that we have available on there. Be great. Guys, if you like what we're doing, please hit the like button, the subscribe button. We appreciate what you've been doing, hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. Tell me what you think about this episode. If you know anything about any of the actors in this episode, anything behind the scenes about this episode, do you like this episode? Did you see one? Do you think this is one of the strong episodes that has been out for this season? Because we've seen some good episodes. I know that as much as we like Mudmen.
Yeah,
Mudge Women, and a lot of people in the comments like, this is one of the weaker episodes.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like, I really enjoyed this one. So I'd like to know what you guys think about this particular episode. Let us know in the comment section if you thought this was a strong episode, if you liked the episode, if you didn't like the episode, and we'd like to know why. We'd definitely like to know why. Well, guys, listen, thanks for hanging out with us. We are R Nights. I'm Ray.
I'm Julian.
And I'm Gerard.
Guys, we'll see you soon. Take care.
Take care.
Peace.